What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some awesome information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with The Outer Worlds on the Nintendo Switch. So this game has a very interesting development period because we really haven't seen much of the game or even seen any actual footage of it running on the Nintendo Switch, and this might play a part into why that is the case. So on Twitter, Private Division, that's handling the publishing and other types of duties for this game, came out and had this to say about the Switch version of The Outer Worlds. Quote, "We're delaying The Outer Worlds on the Nintendo Switch due to the coronavirus impacting the Virtuos team working on the port. To provide them enough time to finish development, we'll now be releasing the physical version on cartridge. Once we have a new launch date, we'll let you know." Now, this prompted a lot of people, myself included, to quote their tweet and say, hey, hopefully everybody's okay. Obviously, many of you guys have heard about how deadly the coronavirus has been. It is an issue that we are having around the world that is impacting various different things, which we will talk about. It's even impacting Nintendo when it comes to the production of the Nintendo Switch. Now, Private Division and also the Outer Worlds Twitter page, they did go on to say, hey, everybody at the team is fine. Nobody has contracted the coronavirus. However, their studio is locked down. Apparently, they just can't go there because there is lockdowns in the area. So that's what's going on here. So a couple things that I want to first and foremost say is I'm glad that everybody on the team is fine. Their health and their safety is the most important thing, not making the March 6th release date like it was supposed to, not getting a physical version or anything like that. The health of the team is the most important. So if they have to delay this game, or if people can't go to work because there's lockdowns and there's just issues, that is completely fine. And I want to just make sure that everybody on the team is safe. That's far more important than a video game. Let's just go ahead and flat out say that right here and now. You know, that's more important. So I'm glad everybody on the team is safe. Now, moving on to the actual game part of it, I think this is a good thing. And this is a good thing, one, so their team stays healthy, right? And also two, people were complaining about not having a physical version of the game, and now you delay the game, you get a physical version of it, so people are happy, whether you want to buy it digital or you want a real physical version of the game, because what they were planning to do was the whole thing where you go on the store shelves and there's a box there, but it's just a download code in the box. Now, this is actually going to be on the cartridge. However, they didn't say like the whole thing was going to be there, so maybe it's a partial cartridge download thing. I'm not really sure, but we do know that there will be a cartridge in the box when it eventually does come, and they will announce the new release date whenever they get closer to when it's actually going to drop. But we did get some new screenshots of the game too. We got 3 of them actually, and it does seem like these are actual screenshots of the game in terms of release screenshots, because we haven't seen anything yet, and so far it does look like it is the Switch version based off of some comparisons that people have done. It looks okay. Looks good. We don't have Borderlands on the Nintendo Switch. We don't have some of these looter shooter type of games. There's no Mass Effect on the Nintendo Switch either. So I think this game is going to do extremely well. People have been wanting those type of games, and based off of these screenshots here, looks like it's going to look good enough. Looks like it's going to be fine. I think Virtuos does fantastic jobs with their ports that they've worked on in the past. They've done LA Noire. They've done some really good stuff on the Nintendo Switch. So I really don't think that there's going to be any issue with the Outer Worlds too much in terms of it. Yes, it's going to be better on the Xbox One X or on the PlayStation or on PC, but I think the Switch version is going to hold up well, and people are going to buy it because they do want a Borderlands experience. They do want a Mass Effect style experience, and there isn't any of that on the Nintendo Switch. So here comes the Outer Worlds. So I think that's the reason why this game is going to be successful, and so far so good from these screenshots here. So what do you guys think about this whole situation with the Outer Worlds, it getting delayed because of the coronavirus scares that are going on? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, now moving on to the next topic here, guys. We have some more bad news when it comes to the coronavirus and Nintendo in Japan, because it is affecting their Switch hardware accessory output, and there are shortages going on, and even with Ring Fit. So let's go ahead and get into what Nintendo had to say because of the issues with the coronavirus outbreak. Thank you very much for your patronage of our products. Due to the new coronavirus infection that is currently occurring, it is expected that production and shipment delays will be inevitable for peripheral devices such as the Nintendo Switch and Joy-Con manufactured in China for the Japanese domestic market. Similarly, shipments of the currently out-of-stock Ring Fit Adventure are expected to be delayed. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. We will work hard to deliver the product as soon as possible while keeping an eye on the effects of the new coronavirus infection, and we look forward to your understanding. So just like I said with the Outer Worlds, first and foremost, it's very important that everybody stays safe and stays healthy and does not go to a place to where they can contract issues in the coronavirus. So that's the first thing, right? Obviously, Switch sales, product sales are going to take a hit with this coronavirus outbreak, with a lot of the manufacturing being done in China. And this could even have a big effect on the PlayStation 5 and the next Xbox, because those are also being developed there. So that's also been a thing out there in the news too. That could affect it in terms of the launch for this year, because this coronavirus outbreak is affecting many people. People are dying. People haven't been able to go to work. Areas are locked down. It is an issue going on, and video games definitely need to be secondary at this point. But I do want to let you guys know that if you don't see Ring Fit a bit more in stores, or if you don't see the Nintendo Switch, or if things are happening, this is the reason why, because they're having manufacturing issues. Now, a little bit ago, Nintendo did offset some of their manufacturing to, I think, Vietnam. So there are some places where the Switch is being produced and shipped out. So it's not like it's going to be a complete total shutdown of things. And Nintendo does have surplus stock and things like that. But this coronavirus thing, I'm really hoping doctors and all the people that are in charge of trying to control this can control it and get rid of it as fast as possible, because people are losing their life. It's affecting their work schedule. It's affecting being able to pay for their bills and things. It's just not a great thing going on. And it's affecting gaming as well, which is a big part of people's lives in terms of how they deal with mental stress and other things and how it brings families together. So this is definitely an issue, and I'm hoping that they get all of this fixed so people can go back to work, so people can be healthy, people can stop dying from this. It's just a horrible situation outright, and it's very unfortunate, but Nintendo and everyone's gonna have to do their best to work through it as doctors everywhere kind of scramble to get this under control, and quarantines and doing what they need to do to make sure that this coronavirus is treated and healed and goes away. So what are you guys' thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, Fire Emblem Three Houses Cindered Shadows. We have some new details on the weapon shop, forge, resourcing, and smithing stones. This is one of my favorite things about Fire Emblem Three Houses, is upgrading your weapons, getting new things, smithing and all that. It's always fun to make sure that you upgrade and you have the sharpest weapons in your team. So let's go ahead and get into the rundown of new information here. There is a shop and a forge in the Abyss as well, and one can freely use them. However, the amount of money and resources you can obtain in Cindered Shadows is limited, so don't start spending with no planning. Pay attention to your weapon durability while fighting. Smithing stones are obtainable from winning battles and armor breaking large enemies. So that's the thing, if you play the game for the first time on hard, if you play it on hard or if you play it on maddening, but the first time there was no maddening back when the game launched, it was very hard to make sure that you had resources, because certain merchants wouldn't come after a point and you couldn't buy them. There was just issues with money, so you really had to manage things, and I love that about the game. You really had to look and see, okay, I have this many more uses with my weapons, I can do this with this character, okay, I'm going to forge this. There was a lot of strategy involved with making sure that your weapons were good, ready to go, they don't break in battle, you don't spend too much money. Hey, I can sell this, I can get this material, make sure I kill this enemy, he has the gold that I can sell. It was really cool to do that, and it seems like they're even going to be stressing that more with the Abyss, because it's underground. Obviously there's not as much merchants that are down there in the Abyss, so it all makes sense with that, but I want to see how they approach kind of like replaying missions and stuff like that, so you can get extra money or extra resources. I'm not really sure if you're going to be able to do that. It doesn't seem that way. It's going to be like, hey, you're going to go through set path difficulty like it was for me, like the first time going through the game. So I'm actually really excited about the possibilities that they're doing with this Cindered Shadows DLC and what they're going to do with the gameplay as well. So it is going to be something to where you've got to strategize, you've got to make sure that your team is ready to go, and you've got to make sure that you break those large enemies, right? Because those give you those resources so you can upgrade your weapons to the next level, so you can get those rare abilities with some of your weapons and everything. So everything is looking really good with Cindered Shadows. I think this is going to be a great DLC package for Fire Emblem Three Houses. I think a lot of people are going to check it out because of Byleth in Smash Brothers. I think that people are going to check out Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm really happy with how the game is performing on the market. Over 2.58 million units sold, going on 3. think with Battle, of course with this Cindered Shadows DLC, more people are going to hop on. It's a great time to get into Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I am going to be playing this DLC next week. We have about a week or so before we get Fire Emblem Three Houses Cindered Shadows DLC, the final DLC pack for Fire Emblem Three Houses. So what do you guys think about all the topics that we discussed here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the link in the description below. We've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a follow on there to stay up to date on all the latest gaming news and more. And also make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to PlayerEssence. Really does help us out. And share the video if you can. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.